Hi again, this is Kay. So I'm back again with another keto meal. So I'm gonna do meatballs, I'm gonna do spaghetti squash, and a sauce. That's it for today's menu. So let me show you how to do that. I'll bring you onto my stove. And this is the squash that I got from the store. And I just cut it in half. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a little bit of water, like that much, and I'm gonna put it in the pan. This way, and then I'm gonna drizzle some olive oil. I'm gonna preheat my oven to 350. And just put olive oil on this baby. Now squash is very bland. So I'm gonna go ahead and season it while I'm here. I'm gonna put adobo. I always put adobo on everything. That's just one of my seasonings that I use. Garlic. Alrighty, where's my garlic? All right, let me get that garlic. There it is right here. I'm gonna add some garlic. Salt. And pepper, of course. You know the salt and pepper goes on everything. Okay, so I don't know if I told you, but I cut it in the middle and then I took all the seeds out, or the gut as they like to call it. I just, scraped it out as much as I could. And then I'm gonna put these facing down and I'm gonna bake these for like 30 minutes. Now moving on to my meatballs. Okay, as you can see here. Now with my meat, I'm gonna wanna season it. You already know. Black pepper. Adobo. Garlic. You can put enough of garlic because garlic is not salty at all. Okay, so you're gonna do that. I'm gonna put salt. And the only reason why I'm putting salt is because, of course, salt makes all the flavors come together. But also because I'm not gonna have anything salty here, like bacon or anything. Okay, so I'm gonna put that there. And then with meatballs, the good thing about meatballs is that you can put anything in here. I'm gonna use my favorite dressing, Caesar dressing. Now you can put whatever you want. You can put ranch, you can put Dijon mustard, whatever you want. You can add to it. Okay, I'm gonna put my famous cheese, Fiesta blend. And you know how I measure, by the handful. So I'm gonna put like this, okay, 1, 2 loosely handful, okay? Just loose, but yeah, it's a lot. It's a good size hand. That's all you need, about 2 in there. Okay, I got some veggies that I cut up. So this is, see if I can see, red pepper, orange sweet pepper. I have some carrots here and I have some celery. Throw that baby all in there. Okay, then I have some onions cut up from the last time I cooked, so we're gonna throw that in there. I'm not gonna throw the cheese in just yet. I'm gonna wait for the cheese because I'm gonna make the balls out of them, then put that in the middle. Okay, do that. Make sure I get all my veggies in there. Just go ahead and shred up your veggies, cut your veggies, and you'll be A-okay. Now I'm gonna take another ingredient. I'm gonna do some pumpkin. Pumpkin really gives it a good flavor. So I'm gonna put about 1, 2. Now, if you don't trust the seasoning and you're like, okay, I don't know about that pumpkin, don't put it. If you feel that, you know, you can't handle the pumpkin, don't put it. But if you want to try something new, go ahead and put it, and you're going to see that that's going to add a lot of flavor. Okay? So let me take you back. I'm going to add 1 egg. And I use like about, I think there's like almost 4 pounds of ground beef. Okay, and that's all what it is. It's all ground beef, so I didn't mix my ground meat this time. So let's go. This is where the fun starts. We're gonna squish that all together. Now you can take a spoon and mix everything in, but you know, I like to have fun. So I want to make sure that all this meat is mixed in. Oh yeah. I'm trying to turn the bowl. There you go. And that's what you want to do. You want to fold it in. You take it, you fold it in. Fold it in. And that has so much flavor because you're using your natural flavors like the onions, the celery, you know, all that stuff, the pepper, all of that gives it a natural flavor. So you don't have to worry about, did I add enough seasonings? Did I do this? I mean, if you need a little bit, just add some salt when it's all done. But this looked pretty good. I'm gonna go wash my hands. And that's it. That's your meat mixture. What I meant. I meant your cookie scooper. Okay. You're gonna take your baking pan. I put some foil paper because, you know. And that's it. And you make little balls. Now, I am not going to spray this only because ground beef, it's oily. So a lot of oil is going to come out of this. So I don't need to spray it. And another thing, you start cooking and then halfway through it, you're like, oh man, I just, you know, what, something comes up that you can't finish this process, it's okay. Go ahead, you can put a bag over it and put it in your refrigerator and you can make hamburgers the next day. This is not gonna go to waste. You can ground this beef and not ground it, I'm sorry, I mean cook it. And then it could be, you know, just meat that you can add to anything, breakfast, lunch, dinner. You can do that. Or let's say maybe you like me and you like eating fresh stuff all the time. You can definitely take this, ball them up like that, put them in a bag and freeze it. There you go. You freeze it the next day. You already know that you have meatballs all rolled up. And you can either take them out the freezer or you can leave them for the weekend, you know, just prep before the weekend. Whatever you want to do, you can do. You can do. That's the fun thing about cooking. It's very little rules. You can do pretty much whatever you set out to do. And it's something that is easy. And look how easy is that, like, so easy. And you can make them as big and small as you want. It's your meatballs. You know how to eat your balls? You know how to eat your meatballs. So these are all ready. They're all nice and formed. And I'm just gonna throw this in the oven. I'm gonna let it cook for about 30-35 minutes and just check on them if anything, okay? So the rest of my meat, I'm gonna go ahead and ball them up and freeze them and then use it for whenever I need it. Let me show you what they look like. See, little balls that you can just freeze and you can take it out whenever you need it. It is so, show you. I'm gonna roll up this ball, because I didn't get to show you this process. You're gonna indent in the middle and you gonna put 1 small cube of cheese in there. And then, wait, I have more than one. Okay, and then you're just gonna go ahead and roll it up. And voila, you don't see the cheese. When you bake this, oh my gosh, it's gonna be so good. You're gonna have cheese oozing out of the meatball. And you can put this, you can, like, after you cook the meatballs, you could put it in marinara sauce. You know, you can put it in vodka sauce. You can put it in any type of sauce and eat it. Like, I mean, I don't eat bread, but if I wasn't on keto, I'll make meatball subs. Whatever you want. Put pasta, spaghetti sauce, whatever you want, you can have. That's why I love cooking. There you are, guys. 2 bags of meatballs. Okay, you can just, like I said, take it out your freezer, let it thaw out. You put it in the oven and you're good to go. There's no more buying, you know, from the store, the bags of meatballs. I mean, well, they are convenient. But if you don't have to, don't do it. Because you know what? You can do it yourself. And you can get a lot more out of it by buying the big pack of meats and just making your own. And that's it. Pop it in the oven, 35 minutes, it's done. So that's the tip that I wanted to give you. All right, guys. So while the meatballs are cooking, the squash is still cooking. I'm gonna go ahead and show you my cheese sauce. Just grass-fed, grass-finished butter that I had. I had like a block of it, so I just cut it up into pieces and then put it here. I'm gonna put that there. This is the butter that I use, just in case if you were wondering. Put in there. I'm gonna add a little bit of white onion to it. I'm gonna add like about half a tablespoon of minced garlic. I have my green leaves that I froze. I'm always telling people, you know, when you buy your lettuce and stuff like that, get things that you can freeze, so there is, you know, a minimum of waste. This is the spring mix salad. A day before it expires, I put it in a bag and freeze it. Then you can add it to many different meals, like your cheese sauce. You can add it to chicken. You can add it to many things. Okay, so a tip. And just add it now. And you can add as much or little as you want. I'm just gonna add the whole thing. I wasn't, but why not? It's green. And that will break up easily. You see that? And it's frozen. I just took it out of my freezer. And don't be afraid to touch your food. Don't be afraid. Messes can be cleaned up. Hands can be... So I just put some of that pink salt, put some of that pepper. See how it wilts down? Now I'm gonna go ahead and put some heavy whipping cream. Okay. So you're gonna wanna add like about a cup and a half of heavy whipping cream. Your favorite cheese, whichever one you use. You know, I'm gonna use this one. I'm gonna put like about 2 handfuls, maybe 3. Whisking it. I'm gonna put this to a medium-high heat. And voila. Your sauce is gonna start. And you could do this with anything. Like right here, like I told you, I have spring mix. So that means there's a little bit of spinach, arugula, a little bit of kale. And this one has, you know, a little bit of everything. So, I mean, guys, you want that consistency to be, you know, like right now it's not, I mean, it has some thickness to it. It's not as thick, but as you let it cook, it's gonna start thickening up. Now, if it's too thick for you, just go ahead and add a little bit of more cream. Or if you don't want to deal with the cream, a little bit of milk will do also. And you just let this cook, and this already looks amazing. Now, this is the sauce that's gonna go on top of my squash. I'm gonna reduce the heat to simmer because this is done. Sauce is one of those things that are done within minutes. It doesn't take a long time. That's where you do the sauces at the end. And look. Beautiful. Look at those colors. I already took my squash out. But look at these meatballs. Look how beautiful they are. I'm just going to turn them around. See? You don't need to buy the bag. You can make your own. I usually, with meatballs, I fry them, then put them up then bake them. But this time I just baked them. I just baked them. You can do it either or. It's all about how comfortable you feel. Now going back to my cheese sauce, I'm gonna add the sazon to it, okay? So let me just add that. Whoops. And you wanna add the whole thing. This is not salty at all. And voila, this is all you need. No more seasonings. This is all you need. You mix that baby in. And this is all you need. Your squash, you want to let it rest for 30 minutes. So it could be easier to handle, okay? I don't want you burning your fingers or anything. Okay, so let's taste the sauce. It's perfect. You don't need nothing else. It is perfect. I'm so excited. You are supposed to wait 30 minutes. Squash is going towards a certain way. So what we want to do is we want to follow that same way. So you're going to put your fork. And what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to twist it like spaghetti. Maybe in there. And you can just, oh my gosh. Yeah, you really should wait for the 30 minutes because it is hot. But me, I don't mind it. The squash, this is my first time cooking squash. So I'm excited. And I heard that if you cut it this way, you can get more strings out of it. And look how it looks. Look at that beauty. Like the squash is a little bit bland, go ahead and put a little bit of butter, salt, pepper, and you're good to go. You can scrape out the last little bit of the zucchini, because this is not like a watermelon. You know how the watermelon, the closer you get to the skin, the bitter it is? This is not like that. You can go ahead and it's squash, so it's not going to be bitter, just to let you know. Okay, now my family, they're not going to eat the spaghetti squash because they're going to have pasta. And just to let you know, because we are doing keto. Now squash it's high in carb. But this is something that you want to play with your macros. I don't count my calories. As long as I'm eating healthy, I try to stay away from like bread, cookies, and stuff like that, those type of carb. But it's a veggie, and I'm sure that it has, more nutrition than what bread does, so you got to watch that out. I also want you, when you're cooking squash to, to at least know that it is higher in carbs. So you're going to have to look at your macros and see if you could fit it in. Okay. So I'm going to take this, I'm going to put it in here. Oh my gosh, that looks so good. And what I'm doing is I'm pretty much dividing this meal, because I do lunch and I do dinner at work. So I'm gonna take my sauce. Look at that. So I'm gonna take my sauce and I'm just gonna pour some in. Yeah. I'm gonna pour some of that in. Oh, that looks so good. Okay, I'm gonna leave that there. I'm gonna put up the sauce. So now what you want to do is, my hubby was here this morning. I cooked him some eggs and bacon, so I'm going to use that same bacon and put it here, because we gotta season our stuff, you know what I'm saying? And everything tastes better with bacon. Oh my goodness. Now you can add more cheese if you like, but I'm not going to. I'm good on the cheese. So I'm gonna take the meatball. That one got stuck, okay. 1, 2, 3. Look at that baby. 1, 2, 3. No, this one needs 4 because, oh, look at that baby right there. And voila. Let me show you. This is lunch. And you're eating lunch like a queen at work, okay? Like, seriously, healthy, nutritious. Come on now. Come on, come on, come on. I love it when I bring my lunch to work. People be like, what are you eating? Yes. So does it take work? Yes, it does. But then when everything's all said and done, you're eating like a queen or a king. Try it. I hope you guys like this video. Write your comments in the bottom, and let's do cooking together. You know what though? Before I go, guys, I'm gonna taste this, because I'm not gonna lie to you. I've never cooked squash like that. I've made the cheese sauce plenty of time, but I've never cooked the squash. So I'm gonna taste it. I'm gonna let y'all know if this is a real deal. But at work, I'm gonna put some hot sauce, because I eat everything with hot sauce. Wait a minute. Okay, let's go. That's a good bite. Look at that. The meatballs, I already know what they taste like. I do this all the time. But the squash, let's see. let me tell you something. I'm not gonna lie to you. The sauce is off the chain. But the noodles is, yes, it does give you the satisfaction of spaghetti. But it still tastes like like veggies. I don't know if that makes sense, you know? Maybe, you know what it is? I need to put more salt in the squash. That is exactly what it is. I don't know. Let me give another taste. It's not bad. It's good. But it's just the squash is very stringy, and to have that texture in my mouth, it's kind of like weird because I've never had like that texture of stringy veggies like that. You have to make it. You have to taste it. It's not bad. But I can see why people cook this with tomato sauce. It could give it a more bold flavor. See, with the bacon, it has more salt. So put a little bit more salt in your squash because it is very bland. So, but other than that, this is a great substitute for spaghetti. No doubt, hands down. Will I make this dish again? Yes. Will I put more salt? Most definitely. But other than that, the meal is good to go. I'm going to leave it just like that. I'm going to take it to work and I'm going to enjoy it because I made it. All right, guys, I'll see you next time. I hope you like and share this video. Bye.